Okay, welcome to another video in the self-help video series brought to you by Nitty Gritty Business and fredgillen.com. What we're going to do now is we're actually going to show you how to log into a pretty well a generic site and start uploading some files and at least get an index file up and running, which gives somebody presence. Our site that we've got at the moment is howtogetstarted.biz. And if I type that in now, we'll actually see what happens. So if I type in howtogetstarted.biz in the URL box, we've gone there before and we'll see what happens. Right, we've actually got a forbidden information, which means we're actually getting to the website, but there's no content. That's why we've got that message. So the next stage is what we need to do is we need to go into the control panel on that site. Most hosting packages available now have got access through a control panel to manage your site, and they usually use cPanel, and that's what this demonstration is going to assume. So to get to that stage, we need to actually go to cPanel and standing for control panel. So at the end of your URL or your domain name, we put in a / and then the word cPanel, like so. Hit return and we'll attempt to get to the site. Now these detections are actually for security reasons. What it's saying is it doesn't recognize the site is truly at that IP address. We just accept these. It'll bring up another error message looking for the actual certificate telling us that the site is real. I'm going to select down here and we say okay, want to add this exception, add the exception. We'll go and have a look at the certificate and we're just going to confirm it anyway, and that will then take us to the site. The next window we get is actually asking us for our login details for that particular site. You'll have a username and password created when you actually create the website, and your web host master should actually forward that to you, or if you've created it yourself, you will actually be aware of it. So let's go in and enter our username and password, if I can remember it. Let's hope I've got it right. So we've got the cPanel. This is the new version of cPanel, which is very easy to follow. You've got promotional type areas in here, so you can submit, get a free trial to submit.net. You get some paid for click credits on Yahoo, so you can go in and have a look at these at your leisure. What we're actually going to do is we're actually going to go down and have a look at the file management system. So we just browse down. We get to the file management system here and we're looking for file manager, so it's very obvious. We'll pick up file manager, and within file manager we'll actually see eventually a list of directories down here. So we're looking for our www directory, so if we go in here you'll find that there's actually nothing in it, and it's telling us here that we're actually in the www directory. So the first thing we need to do is create a new file. So we go to our create a new file box. The file name is going to be index.php, and or we'll actually make it HTML to make it standard just for this exercise. So the index file is the first file that web browsers look for when they go to a website, and if it's there they will actually display the contents. So the first thing we're going to do is create a very basic index file that will allow the web browsers to find our website. So we create the file. And we'll see the file pop up in a second, and here's the file here. So we're going to highlight the file itself, and we need to edit the content. So I'm going to just put up welcome to message as a very basic entry. So we'll go to edit contents. It opens, we can disable encoding because we don't want to check that in the future. It'll open up a online editor, and we can see here this is the line here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some HTML code to center the text, and I'm going to make it a headline 1, which is a very big font, and I'm going to say Welcome. How to get started, and then we need to close off both of those entries. In this case, I'm just going to close off the H1, and further down I'm going to close off the center. So when you open a tag of any sort, good practice is you actually close the tag somewhere. So here we've opened the H1 tag, put the content in between and closed it off. If I decide to put up some more text here, and we'll actually do that, we'll put some more text here. So that's created our contents of our index page. We go to the save option here. So we save the file. And if I go back to our tab over here, that when we originally looked at it, it said that our site was forbidden. When we tried to get to howtogetstarted.biz, we'll actually refresh that URL by clicking the refresh button. And we've got how to get started. And we've got welcome to hot to get started. So my typing isn't great, so let's go back. We go back to where we've saved the file previously. We can continue editing the HTML file, and we fix up the error. So it's how to get started, and we save the file. Back to how to get started and refresh, and there's your first lesson in creating a very basic intro page to your website. My name's Fred Gillen. This is Nitty Gritty Business and fredgillen.com. Enjoy.